Hello, everyone. We are here. We are here for the Q&A following the world premiere of The Cafe of My Memories. For everyone who just watched, please welcome everyone who is staying up very late to be with us after the world premiere. If we can go from top right clockwise, and everyone just say hello and introduce yourselves. Lionel, we start with Lionel and then go clockwise. Hey, Kayla.
Hey.
This is our programmer, Kayla. She's joining us.
Hi. Hello.
So, Lionel, can you hear us?
I think he has some problem with the connection, I'm afraid.
Yeah, sounds like he cannot hear us.
Okay, we will introduce him because everyone should know who he is. He is the lead actor. Can we go to Heikki?
Heikki?
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself?
What should I do? So I wrote the music for this movie.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us?
Yes, my name is Heikki Sarmanto. I'm the composer of this music for the film.
Would you mind playing us a little bit of music?
Why not?
Perfect.
I have to bring my Steinway grand here. Just a moment.
Okay. And if everyone else can put themselves on mute so we can hear. We've done about 50 introductions so far. That has to be my favorite. Thank you so much. Next, we go over to Valto. Baltzar, hello. Yeah. And Valto is the director of The Cafe of My Memories, and he is with some lovely, talented people. Can you please all introduce yourselves?
My name is Evelina. I'm the leading actress in the film.
Hi, my name is Larissa, and I play the part of young beggar in the movie.
And hi, my name is Marlena. I'm trying to help with the PR and media. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Going down to Kimmo.
Hello, my name is Kimmo Koskela, and I have done the filming, I'm director of photography and editor in the film.
Wow. Yes. And Victoire?
Hi, I'm Victoire Victorini, and I'm playing Emma in the film.
Amazing. And one of our team members, Kayla, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey guys, I'm Kayla Craig. I am one of the features programmers who fell in love with your film.
That's amazing.
Don't have anything else.
So, once again, if everyone who's not talking can put themselves on mute, we won't get so much interference. And so, perfect. Yeah, okay. The main, okay. So my first question, Valto, is how has the response been in Finland for this film? Support that you've received?
Lähinnä mä oon saanut sijoittajilta tukea ja sponsoreilta.
Mainly private investors in Finland.
Private investors and sponsors.
Yes, both. Cafes.
Kehittelytukea alkuvaiheessa elokuvasäätiöstä.
And what was your first discussion with Lionel and Evelyn like? When did you know them before you cast them?
Sun ja Lionelin ja tunsitko se Evelinan ja Lionelin ennen aiemmin?
Evelinan tunsin aikaisemmin, etsin päähenkilöä ja tutustuin häneen, oikeastaan törmäsin hänen sattumalta ja Evelinan kautta sitten tapasin Lionelin. Evelina oli koulussa.
So he met Evelina. He was known her before, and through Evelina, he got to get to know Lionel.
Perfect.
What's the history between Evelina and Lionel?
Well, I met Lionel when I was studying in Paris. So I was also studying in cinema school, and I met Lionel there.
Evelina kertoi minulle, että hänellä saattaisi olla päähenkilö Filippe. Ja mä sanoin, että no täytyy nähdä ainakin sitten. Ja siitä se lähti liikkeelle, tapasin Lionelin Pariisissa.
So, Evelina told Valto that she might have male lead for the film, and then Valto had to meet Lionel, and they arranged a meeting in Paris.
Kayla, do you have a question for one of the actors?
Oh, I don't know. I think, what was it like forming a bond with your fellow cast members? Like, musicals are so intimate. How was it working with a full team when you guys are all trying to bring that same energy and work on the choreography? Like, how was it working together, I guess?
Lionel?
Yeah. Comment je peux... je peux le dire en français? Quelqu'un peut traduire ou...
No. English?
No.
Can someone translate?
Can help translate if you want.
Perfect.
Ok. Non, c'est comment on a travaillé en équipe, en fait, c'est ça? C'est la façon dont on travaillait ensemble. Bah, on a beaucoup... on a travaillé avec Evelina en amont quand même. On a répété beaucoup avant.
Yeah, so basically there was a lot of pre-production, rehearsals before we started filming, between Lionel and Evelina mainly, but also with us.
Merci pour la traduction. Et en fait, le plus gros du travail, je trouve que c'était aussi de travailler les chansons. C'est très différent quoi, sur une comédie musicale, de travailler des chansons. Pour un acteur, c'est aussi un autre travail qu'il fallait faire. Et pour moi, c'était vraiment important. C'était la première fois que je chantais dans un film.
So basically for Lionel, most of the work was working on the songs, because working on a musical is a lot different than working on a regular film. So that was kind of a new challenge for him, and that also his first time. So.
My French must be getting better because I actually understood everything he said, so that's amazing. Kimo, I have a question for you. You and I have talked so much already, and I've privately shared with you how much I enjoyed the cinematography of this film. How did you do it? It's a very stupid question, and I've been known all weekend to be asking very smart questions, but sometimes the simplest question is the best question. How did you do this? Because there's, it's very difficult to achieve this level of polish and, just beauty on an independent film.
Well, it's not a stupid question. It's very hard question. I've been I studied as a still photographer, and my father is an artist, visual artist. So I've been living in images since I was born, in a way. So maybe that's how it just happens. Then you know how to make images. If you are very and also if you are very interested and keen to images in different level in fine arts and films and photography and so on.
I understand what you're saying, but your work as a still photographer may have absolutely taught you framing and, in terms of composition. But where do you pick up the movement of how you've moved the camera in this film in such interesting ways?
Well, there are some DOPs who doesn't like to move the camera so much. They are like still photographer. I started to be very interested in how to get the movement in the camera. So about 30 years ago, when I was a young guy, I built my own crane, and I'm still using it, and it's being used in this one. So I have my own crane, for example, and of course now there are all these different great systems to move the camera. So that's, I don't know, that's how it happens.
That's interesting. Kayla, do you have another question? I feel like you do.
I'm just enjoying chatting with everyone. I think, especially in the whole musical genre, what came first? Did you guys start with kind of the story and build the soundtrack and the music around it? Or did you start with a specific tone and sound that you wanted? How did that collaboration work?
I think this might be a question for Valto.
Yeah.
Ensin oli tietysti tarinaa jonkin verran mielessä, mutta se oli selvää, että mä halusin musikaalin.
First he had a story in mind, but quite early on he realized he wanted to make a musical film.
Vein kasan runoja säveltäjälle Heikille. Runot syntyi ensimmäisenä.
So he actually made a pile of poems he wrote himself and brought them to Heikki Sarmanto, and that's how the songs were born.
Ja ajattelin silloin jo, että sitten replikit tulee sinne siltana jälkeenpäin.
And the songs work as a bridge for the dialogue.
That's interesting. This is another question for Valto. How important is it for you, because you have, of course, your actors are main characters, but it feels like your locations are also characters. You have two very distinct locations that are serving as characters. How important is it to show small town living and small spaces?
Minkä takia sä haluat näyttää pieniä kaupunkeja?
Ehkä mua kiinnostaa eniten siinä se pienien kaupunkien semmoinen aitous ja tietynlainen pysähtyneisyys siellä. Ihmisillä on enemmän aikaa toisilleen ja kohtaamisiin ja sitä kautta tuoda sitä pienten kaupunkien semmoista aitoutta esille.
So he likes the stillness, the pace that many of the small towns have, and he wanted to bring that forward in the movie.
So they are kind of characters.
Yeah, they're kind of characters in a way.
Mä olen myös itse pienestä kaupungista ja ehkä mitä enemmän kirjoittaja pystyy samastumaan siihen hahmoon, niin ehkä se tulee myös aidommaksi.
So he's also from a small town himself, and so he can relate to that aspect of stillness.
This is a longer question, and I know you asked me to keep the question short, but unfortunately, I don't know how to keep this question short. So the concept of representation comes up in film a lot, right? This concept of what do we not see? So I guess that's my point. If every film is about New York and Paris, but this is the small minority of the world, there's so much more of the world that looks nothing like the big cities. So I guess that's what I'm saying is it may be nostalgic for him to make a film about a small town and this way, but is it important for people to make films about small towns? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you repeat the question, please, in an easier way?
Se oli niinku pienistä kaupungeista.
Niin, sitä, että oot
Is it important to tell stories about small towns? Is what I'm saying. Is it important? Not why did you, but is it important?
Muuta, koska monta kertaa isot kaupungit vievät huomion ja koen tärkeänä tuoda pieniä kaupunkeja esille.
Because a lot of times the bigger cities they hog up the attention, and so in a way he wants to bring attention to the smaller towns through this film.
And I think he has. Yeah. Kayla, you got a question?
I feel like I'd like to hear from everybody. Did this make you want to work on musicals more, or you're done with musicals? Let's go straight to non-musical films. Musicals can be such a beast on their own. It's a really intense production to be a part of.
Who do we want to start with? Lionel, you want to take that?
Si on veut refaire une comédie musicale, c'est ça?
Ouais.
Ok. Moi, j'aimerais bien. Ouais, j'ai beaucoup aimé en fait. J'avais peur au début, avant de tourner, de chanter dans un film. Ça me faisait un peu peur. Et en fait, j'ai beaucoup aimé ça. C'est un genre très particulier, mais je suis très heureux, franchement, d'avoir fait une comédie musicale et je referai une avec plaisir.
Okay. So what Lionel says is he really enjoyed it, and well, it's a very specific genre, obviously, but he cannot wait to do another one.
On peut faire la suite avec Valto s'il est d'accord.
Yeah, if Valto agrees on that, we can do the next one together.
Is this a sequel announcement?
I don't know. You've got to ask Valto, but we're up for that.
I love musicals. I would be fine with that.
I went to musical theater school in Helsinki, so musicals are something I really enjoy to do. And this was my first film, so it was honored that my first film was musical, and so many talented people, talented directors, so I'm really honored.
This question can be also for Victoire and Lionel and Evelyn and also Valto is how important is trust? So many times as an actor, it's very difficult to perform when you are also thinking, is this right? Is this wrong? What I'm hearing? Are they to feel secure to explore things, especially if it's something that feels as foreign? So how important is trust, and how did Valto build that trust with you, and how did it help you?
Do you guys want to start?
Tu veux commencer?
Joo, mä pidän erittäin tärkeänä luottamusta siihen, että luottaa näyttelijöihin ja se oikeastaan syntyy siinä hetkessä, kun valitsee näyttelijät, valitsee sen oikean tyypin ja näyttelijän, joka tietää osavansa hoitaa sen ja se luottamus syntyy siitä ensi hetkestä oikeastaan ja pidän sitä kaikkein tärkeimpänä, että näyttelijät voi luottaa ohjaajaan ja ohjaajan näyttelyihin ja ne voi kulkea ikään kuin vapaassa virrassa.
So he finds it that trust is essential, so that he is trusting in the actors, and so he builds this relationship with the actor, and then they can go hand in hand and form the story.
En mä oikeastaan tiedä, en osaa selittää, miten se syntyy. Se joko on tai se ei ole.
So he can't really explain how it develops. It's either is or it isn't there.
Lionelin kanssa tavattiin ensimmäisen kerran.
When he met Lionel the first time,
me menimme Evelina, Lionel, Kimmo Seinen rannalle harjoittelemaan pari kohtaa.
so they went together with Evelina, Lionel, and Kimmo to the shore of River Seine and practiced a scene.
Kimmo kysyi minulta, että mitä tapahtuu, kun sä puhut ranskaa ja Lionelin kanssa ja puhut äärettömän huonosti englantia, niin miten te kommunikoitte?
So Kimmo asked Valto, how is it that you don't, like Valto doesn't speak French or English very well, and there's this sort of how do they communicate? Yeah.
Sanoin Kimmolle, että ei meidän tarvitse puhua, me tehdään töitä.
So he said to Kimmo, we don't need to talk, we are just working.
Eli luottamus oli syntynyt silloin jo 100%.
Because the trust has been built 100% before that.
Victoire, do you want to add anything to that?
Hello.
Got it.
Cool. Yeah, so I think it sums it up pretty well, and it really built this like family-like atmosphere because we had a lot of rehearsal meetings, even when we're not rehearsing. Traveled to Helsinki quite a lot, met them in Paris, spent quite a lot of time together, just enjoying and visiting, touring, talking about everything. So yeah, it felt like a very safe environment to work in, and that brought out the best in us. So yeah, that was good.
This is a question for all of you. Please feel free to answer. When you are able to do live screenings for this film, hopefully very soon, what would be your dream response that someone could say to you about this film that would make you really happy? What's one thing that you hope that someone gets? Too tough a question?
Mahdollisimman paljon kyyneleitä ihmisten silmissä, että liikuttaa ihmisiä jollain tavalla.
A lot of tears in the eyes of the audience, like
movement in the heart.
Like it's
Se kun näkee, että se
Emotions.
yeah,
Deep emotions.
touched by the movie.
Yeah.
There are funny scenes in this movie. Can you talk about the importance of comedy in this film?
Oikeastaan mä ajattelen sen niin, että se oikeastaan draama syntyy helpommin siitä, kun on myös vastakkainen puoli siinä, eli se kollinen puoli, että tavallaan se täydentää sitä draamaa.
So it has to have like a counterpart, so the comedy sort of brings the drama alive somehow and fills it up.
That's fair.
Yes.
The other needs the other part.
We have not spoken very much about the music of this movie.
Yeah, we should.
And it's supposed to be a musical movie.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Kayla.
Musical comedy. So I just would like to tell how this whole thing started.
Yes, please. I want to know.
Yeah. Valto already said it, but it simply started. We two guys met. Valto, we met, and he brought me a bunch of papers and told me, look at this material. I had never done anything with Valto. We had known each other for quite a long time. I took those papers. I had no idea what they were. But then I called him after 5 days that these are great lyrics, and I had set music to all of them. So Walter got excited about that. Then he started working on the film libretto. First, we created the songs, and it was Walter's fault. Walter's fault. He gave me these beautiful poems, and which have this very special nostalgic feeling. And he brought that nostalgic feeling to the libretto of the movie. And he's obviously a very musical writer because the way he the phrases which he writes, he has a great sense of rhythm when he writes. And rhythm is very important for musicians too. So this is how the whole thing started. That was the beginning. And then the rest is history.
The poetry really comes through in the dialogue and everything. It really sets it apart from a lot of, especially first-time musicals with a lot of creators who've never done it before. It was the poetic of everything that really made me fall apart.
I think it's a very beautiful story, you know,
yeah.
Because it started quite naturally we had no plans to do anything. He just brought me what he had written, and I got so inspired immediately. Everything happened very naturally and spontaneously. And what I love, also we have a very musical cameraman, Kimmo, who has a feeling for music, and you can see that in his work. And of course, Helsinki is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Nobody knows it, but after this movie, they'll know. Very modest. I like my home city, my hometown. I think it's a fabulous town.
It comes through.
Leona, didn't you like it too? And Victor, you liked it too? Yes. And you are most welcome to come to Helsinki too.
Perfect. That's all I need. I'll be there.
Kayla, you want to ask another one?
I guess this is for everyone. What are you going to take from this experience to your next project? Was there anything you learned or that you really, really want to take into your next project, whether it was an acting thing or a music? What are you going to take with you?
Music is a horrible thing. It's such an abstract thing. It's maybe most abstract of all the arts. because you can't touch it, it's somewhere. And but this has been just a wonderful experience because of its very different beginning. There was no purpose of doing anything. It just happened without any special purpose. Somebody created something. Also, it came out of him, out of Valto. Valto is the beginning of this whole story.
Veisin taas mukanani palan musiikkia Heikiltä ja
He would bring a piece of Heikki's music with him to the next project.
ja herkkyys on se, mitä voisi tuoda mukana ja ennen kaikkea hyviä näyttelijöitä ja saman kuvaajan.
Sensitivity, good actors and actresses, and the same cinematographer.
We have a few audience comments here. Someone says beautiful. Thank you. Jorge says this was one of my favorite musicals of all time. Loved it. Congratulations, everyone. I think this is a comment for you.
Thank you.
Milos Forman said composers are God's special people. Congrats. Thank you. And I love how you tackle such a prevalent issue in modern society in such a beautiful and engaging way. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's very nice when people are watching that afterwards they tell you how they feel. Always interesting. Valto, how is your experience in acting helping you as a director?
No, äärettömän paljon, että se on paljon niitä kokemuksia, mitä itse on ollut teatterilavalla ja elokuvissa, ne heijastaa tietysti koko ajan sitä, varsinkin sitä mun ohjaamista siinä elokuvassa.
Tremendously through the experiences of him working in the theater.
Ja myös se, että kun itse näytteli ja joku ohjasi, niin aina toivoi jotain ohjaajalta. Tavallaan nyt sitten ohjaajana yrittää tuoda niitä, mitä itse sisimmissään silloin piti hyvänä ohjaajana.
So,
I would like to say something.
Just a minute, it's still going on here.
I think I would like to say something very important concerning this film, this musical film, and the fact that all the actors are singing themselves the songs.
Yeah.
Like when you listen to Le Parapluie de Cherbourg, behind every actor there is a professional singer who dubs, and the actors in Cherbourg don't really sing, but in our movie, every actor is talking and singing their parts. And I think that is a heck of a thing. And they do a wonderful job. I loved it.
Thank you for saying that. That's actually beautiful. And very rare. Extremely rare.
Absolutely. It's unique. And
especially with all the Hollywood musicals that are just like cringeworthy and so auto-tuned. It's awful. It was so beautiful to hear everybody. It came across in every single note.
I was really taken. They all surprised me. As singers too, all the actors. And could write a book about all this. It took 10 years. More. Wait a minute. You gave me the lyrics 2009. I have been looking at so everything happened. It took its time. Even that is amazing because we of course we know that many movies take a lot of time, and this happened also in a way very naturally when it was supposed to happen.
For anything that takes 10 years, 11 years, it must be extremely personal. So I know that this film was very personal for Valto, but did it become personal for all of you as well? Kimo? You're on mute.
I think so. When I look at when I've been watching the guys work, I've been following. I think that everybody has.
Okay, now
the atmosphere when they were shooting in Helsinki. It was a beautiful August in Helsinki, and the shootings in Helsinki were we were really lucky. We had good weather, wonderful August, and I was watching. I didn't have to act. I was just watching. I was hanging around with the guys, and I noticed that there was a absolutely wonderful feeling of a collaboration, and Valto and Kimmo, they worked like a glove in a hand, you know. Really.
Yes, we worked also. We started like maybe 8 or 9 years ago also.
Yes.
And there's one very special thing in this production. We applied from Finnish Film Foundation support for this film for many times, and we didn't get any. So we had to collect. Valto especially collected the production from private investors, and that's a hell of a job.
Hmm.
But we did it, and that's one reason it took so many years to realize this project. There's maybe 1 or 2 films in Finland produced without the support of Finnish Film Foundation. It's just simply not possible. But we made it. We did it.
Yes.
And it was a roller coaster, I must say. But here we are.
I think Stanley Kubrick was once asked why he didn't make more films, and it was a radio interview, and he said, because I was looking for money between those films. That's why I didn't make more films. So it's unfortunate, but it does happen. We have a question here. When did you guys find out? When did you guys find out when you were selected to screen at Pendance? I guess that you were selected to screen at Pendance.
Was it 3 weeks ago, something like that?
The time has blurred, right? Cutting trailers, cutting on conversations. Yes.
Time doesn't exist right now. We're all in our own. I don't know what's happening.
Quite recently.
Yeah, recently, like a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Surprise, nice surprise.
That's very cool. Kayla, more questions?
I don't know. It's just fabulous talking to everybody. what is everybody doing next? I know it's so hard. The world is so up in the air, but is there projects you want to shamelessly promote, or how's everybody doing?
Wait, someone is wishing us good night. So.
Well, I don't know, but I don't know if you know, but next this film is going to be in Moscow International Film Festival, which is going to be in end of April. So that's a really nice news for us also.
That's amazing! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Do you know if it will be live?
Yes.
Perfect.
This movie deserves to be in theaters. Oh my god.
Yes, it's going to be in a movie theater, big screen.
But I'm happy you finished your film when you did, because if you had finished it a year ago, then you would have spent an entire year in virtual film festivals, which would have been a crime, because the sound in this film and the music is everything, absolutely everything, and you have to hear it properly. Someone sent us a question. We are running tech support here. Sorry, you can translate this for Valto. It's just a funny story about something that happened during the film. So someone sent us a message saying, I can't unlock this film on my tablet. I'm trying to get in on my tablet. I can't do this. And I said, and I lied actually. And I said, no, you have to actually watch it on a big screen. That's the only way it will play. Because it breaks my heart to know that anyone would try to watch a world premiere of a film on this. This would be crazy. So I'm happy that we at least we had a chance to screen. And we have another random comment here. Thank you. Yes, I get it. Yeah, and I absolutely adore this film. I think it's humbling for us actually that you would bring this film here, and we will do everything that we can to help push this film. We have critics who will hopefully be writing some good reviews about this film. So yeah. Okay.
I was just going to say that I'm going to find a way to see it in theaters and be very excited by that. It's going to happen.
Well, of course, we hope it could be distributed in theaters in North America.
Yes.
So let's try that.
And the director would like to thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're really
in Pendance.
taken by this chance.
Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure. We're just getting a whole bunch of thank you comments, but thank you all, and thank you all for staying up with us for this. It's been so lovely to contact and communicate. I think what I was most excited about when we selected your film and we found that the composer and the cinematographer and the actors would all be there was that hopefully for someone it would show them how many people it takes to make a film, and how difficult it is to make a film. And I think I hope that people who watch this now and later will be inspired by your story of how persistently you worked at this and how many of you it took to make such a film. And it's beautiful. And I wish you very good luck with Moscow. And please stay in touch and keep telling us everything about the film. And we will keep talking about the film.
Come to Toronto. Come hang out.
Yes.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I guess it's time to say goodbye and good night.
And good night.
Nice meeting you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.